Howdy folks, TJ here. How about a little update on the ZapperBox M1? Thought I would give you a update. I've been using this now for a little over a month. There's also an update that just came out that I thought I'd go ahead and start the update. Then we could chap and yap for a little while about possible update or if anything happens on the screen. And then we'll conclude with, hey, it worked. Updates typically work fine. But it was something that I always worry about because when you start an update, it says, don't unplug the box. That tells me if you unplug the box, there's a possibility, or you have a power outage, that you can brick said box. Bricking a box is not fun. I don't know if there's anti-brick built into this device, or whether if the power happens to go out and you were in the middle of an update, could that mean a repair is in order, that I have to package this up and send it off? If you're ZapperBox, folks, post down below and say yay or nay. It would be great to know if there's anti-brick built into this, or if you do pull the power or power goes out during this update, yeah, there's always a chance we'd have to send something back. So I've been waiting to do this update until after the Olympics because I didn't want to miss the Olympics. My wife and I enjoy that aspect. We'll also chat about my coverage. You know, why did I buy this and has it lived up to every dream that I had about it? So let's first start the update and then we'll go from there. Now, if you, I'm doing this for entertainment purposes. Don't follow my lead. If you brick your own box, that's your problem. Consult with the good fine folks at ZapperBox before you do anything. I just wanted to show you this one bloke up in the Northern California mountains experiences on how I've been enjoying this device. So there's a menu key on this joypad. What do you call this? A remote menu. And it brings up this ZapperBox. And I'm going to use the arrows down to settings. And then I'm going to scroll over down to software update. I have auto updates on. I don't recall seeing a screen thing saying, hey, there's an update. Do it. And I've been using my TV daily. This came out I think earlier, around July 25th to 29th, and it says app is, the current app is 2.6.2, OS is 240717. If I'm reading this rightly, it probably means July 17th, 2024 is the serial numbered date range that this was in. Improvements to reduce frequency of black screen issues, July 25th through 29th. I went to their website today, and version 2.7 they've been talking about quite a bit, and it says August 12th to 14th. Today's August 12th. So does that mean in the next 2 or 3 days we may see 2.7 hit the airwaves, the internet waves, and we're going to need to download and do this all again? Needless to say, I just wanted an update to the current as of today. If an update comes out in a few days, great. So I'm going to scroll down to check update. Oh, I went to the wrong thing. I got to move over my arrow and go down to check for update and click the button, checking for updates. I've turned off the volume, by the way, because I don't want to copyright whatever show this is. I don't watch it, but it's PBS station. Software update available. This can take a few minutes. Do not unplug the system while the update is processed. That's the part that always worries me. So don't update if there's a lightning storm outside or you think that you may lose power. It almost makes me want to put a backup UPS on this thing because I don't want to brick it. But we're going to chance it today just for you. We're going to install update. So let's click OK. Preparing to download update files. Now this said it's going to take a few minutes. So, and I'll try to keep an eye on the camera and the screen at the same time. Did I even start this recording? I say that in every video. I think I did, so I'm not going to go over there. But needless to say, it is downloading. I got pretty speedy internet. My experience so far with ZapperBox has been a pleasurable one. My whole purpose was try to get an ATSC 3.0 tuner into the house because I wanted to see if it would pick some of my channels up better where I dropped them off frequently in the older ATSC 1.0. Yes and no. Yes, overall, it definitely does improve my single capability, but I've run into the same problem that I used to, that during certain parts of the day, around noon, I will typically lose my channel 3, for example, which I think is NBC, and it will go bye-bye. What was fun, and what I used to do also, is I could then go to my San Francisco feed that's 125 miles away, instead of just the 65 miles away my normal Sacramento antenna is. And sometimes the feed from NBC over there, it's installing update 2%, so it's going to count up. Do not unplug, it says. So don't breathe on it. Anyway, so I would go to my San Francisco station, but back with the older 1.0 ATSC 1.0, I didn't get the San Francisco too often. It would come and go. I get them more reliably now, but I have found since my last video, no, I still lose them quite a bit. So during the Olympics, for example, which was on Channel 3 NBC, I lost quite a bit. So upstairs and downstairs. Upstairs, I was using a different box. We'll talk about that later. Downstairs, on a Saturday, I'd be watching the Olympics, and unfortunately, I would lose said signal around noon, lunchtime. And then so I switched over to the NBC affiliate in San Francisco, and I would get it. But then it would start going out, so I was playing a bit of a game. The same game I played years ago. Is there a way that I wish I could lose said game? Sure. But it's part of my issue. I live far away from the antennas, 65 miles away from my main Sacramento antennas, and 125 miles away from the San Francisco ones. The antenna is a good Winegard antenna, about 5 years old. I've got a nice power unit up there. I didn't write down, but LNB 200? Something like that. It was for 5 years ago, it was a good quality unit, professionally installed by a professional TV person pointing the dish towards Sacramento. But like the airwaves, things change. I should have had a motor put on back then, but there's been other people that I said, hey, I should have put a motor on it so I could change things. But then they said there's one more piece of the puzzle that can go wrong if you do. But my thinking is if I had a motor up there, I could tweak things. But how much tweaking do you want to do? You want it to be on the strongest station you can, and I think no matter what I do with the antenna that I have today, and I'm not going to go out and buy one of those Televs, T-E-L-E-V-E-S, Televs antenna that may get a little bit further, a little bit better. I'm not going to keep throwing money at a thing like this. I'm going to get certain stations most of the time. I'm going to lose some of them. That's the way of life. And the phone's ringing, but we'll let it go. Because we're at 60 some odd %, and I don't want to breathe. I don't want to move, and all of a sudden this loose connection, because I don't want to brick anything. And by the way, ZapperBox, like I already asked, but Boundle, can you brick this? Are there times that if the power went out right now, would I have to send a box to you to fix? And it's not something you can send me a file to upload and do it myself. That's always nice to know. I'm fairly handy. I like doing updates myself. But is there a certain point where you just can't do it and you have to send it off to the pros, which are you guys? Anyway, it's cruising along pretty speedily. I've been pleasantly surprised. The newer NextGenTV, I definitely get a little bit better signal. I can retain the station in Sacramento a little longer, but there's still times now that I lose it. I can switch over to NBC in San Francisco, get it, but I've missed a minute or two of my fine-tuning. Olympics, right as a race was going, and I lost it, and I didn't know who won, dang it. That's just a part of the life I'm going to have to leave here, or lead, because I'm not going to throw another X hundreds of dollars towards another antenna. Mine's pretty good. A Winegard, again, I spent a lot of money, 400 and some odd dollars at the time, 4 or 5 years ago, and had it professionally done. Is there newer, more powerful that maybe can do better? Maybe. But again, I'm not going to throw another $400 or $500 at it. So we're going to live with what we got. Does this improve my life? Yes. Is it perfect? No. But that's because I live up here in a remote area. That's a little far away from the antennas. And things are going to change. But I'm overall happy with it. Do not unplug or power down. Finalizing. Don't breathe. How long can you hold your breath underwater? So this always gets me a little nervous, and I have a lot of old retro computer stuff where you do some of these updates, and you're always oh geez, is it bricked? What's happening? Some of them have anti-brick capability where you can go back to a default standard in a chip saying, okay, I screwed shit up, reset back to factory, it's going to grab the data from the old chip and boost it into the new, and everything's hunky-dory. I don't know if this does that or not. system will reboot now. So I'm going to apparently probably lose. There we go. I lost the reception. So anyway, I'm happy. ZapperBox is interesting. Some news. So they've been posting stuff about their 2.7, which adds this new capability where you can add other ZapperBoxes in the home, and they'd be able to chat to one another and then be able to share each other's information, which is cool. But these ZapperBoxes are not cheap, and I'm sure ZapperBox realizes that. They have a quality product. I'm happy to pay for one at that price, but I can't buy another $275 doohickey to put up in my master bedroom upstairs. I actually purchased a generic, different brand, not generic, but a different brand one. I ended up returning it. I wasn't happy with it. I'm happy with my ZapperBox. I like how it's working. Verify new software. Do not unplug or power down. This may take up to 2 minutes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, so they've been posting lots of notes in the ZapperBox Facebook groups about updates, and one of them was about them being able to chat to each other. And I posted a message on there saying, love your product. M1's great, but I can't afford to put another M1 upstairs. I'm hoping at some point you come up with something like a slave box or a M half that does most of everything as this one, but it's cheaper considerably and allows us to move some of the capabilities of this one upstairs using a dongle of some kind that goes upstairs so we can get the antenna TV that we want up there and be able to access this box for recordings and such. And they said, we're announcing something soon. I'll leave it at that. They're announcing something soon, so maybe this year there will be a M half, M something that does kind of this, but it's cheaper for people like me that want to have bedrooms, offices with antenna feed. Eleanor wonders why. That's this show. And there we go. The update is official. It worked. So cool. I'm now updated. So apparently this update was for that intermittent black screen issue. I'm hoping, like I said, I wrote down August. Let's listen to the clock. Old-timey clock. Love that sound. I love stepping back in time. A lot of my house is antique. I'm antique. Oh, yeah. It slows you down a little bit. Tells you what life is all about. Anyway, update worked. My interest continues for ZapperBox. My excitement for it still. It's just a TV. It's just antenna feed, but it's doing a little bit more than what we were getting before. I cut the cord. I was tired of paying dish bill, about $100 a month. I'm now paying a bill for this guide. Hit the guide button, and it brings up this wonderful guide. It looks good. It works. I can record TV shows. Of course, if the TV show goes out, I'm not going to be able to record it. So I am in a snafu there because I'm just far away from the antennas, but such is life. I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to this next update. I don't think I'll be able to. I think some of the updates in the 2.7 is what it's called, will be things that maybe I can access, but I don't have a second box. I don't have a separate second ZapperBox. I'm looking forward to this introduction announcement of whatever it is they're coming out with, because I'm hoping it is I don't want to put a number on it, but a sub cheaper than this box that does a lot of what I need without an antenna lead. I don't want to have to connect my antenna RF lead to it. I want to be able to take this wireless box upstairs, connect it to HDMI TV, but it be able to bring the antenna feed from here up there, me be able to watch it, me be able to access recordings that I initiated down here because I got the dual tuner unit. And if I could do that, I'll be happy at a cheaper price than buying another one of these. I can't afford it. I'm cutting the cord for a reason, because I need to become cheap. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'm excited about my ZapperBox. Hopefully you enjoy these little videos. It's been over a month now, so I don't think I'm going to just keep on making videos every couple of weeks about this unless something major rolls out for it, an announcement on something new that adds to this, a new software update that gives you something cool. Ultimately, go to their website. They make videos frequently that show you what update's coming out. They're going to be able to show you best. But if there's a feature that I think is cool that I want to show you, I'll do it. They made videos about how to use your DVR, for example. I may do one day because theirs is great, but maybe you want to see one from a common man like me that quickly says, I want to record this And I do it, and here's how you do it. You may find that exciting. What's the word for it I'm looking for? I can't figure it out. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day. And I can't wait. What's this new ZapperBox coming out? Is it going to be M1/2? This is an M1. So if it doesn't do all of the stuff on here, it's got to be only half of it, right? So M.5. That's what I'm going to name it until they come out with the official name. Maybe it's going to be M2. That's realistic. But the M2 should be more than this M1, right? The way I think of numbers. So if it doesn't do as much as this, you have to call it a half. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.